men's beef with women who are celibate or abstinent is scary. Like the way they will shame you for being celibate or abstinent to like as a way to like force you back into just having casual sex or just hookup culture is insane. So here's what happened this morning, and I just decided to make a video about it. So there's this guy who kept coming up on my FYP, right? Talking about multiple talking about the creator Dana, the woman with the chubby cheeks who just gets online and gets people really mad. Like a lot of people don't like her because she says a lot of controversial takes and, rage baits a lot, which is actually why I blocked her. I don't engage in her content. She's blocked. But there are things in the past, years ago, when she wasn't blocked, that I did agree with. But then she started falling into the culture of like rage baiting to get money in her bank account. I'm not interested. But I'm going to defend her in this because the way this man was coming for her for being celibate is absolutely insane. So this guy, he started talking about how she feels like she's better than these men out here. She cannot find men who are on her level. There's just no good men in the dating pool for her to date or to be with. So she's single and she's celibate. And this guy was so hit by that and so offended by that and hurt that he made like 3 videos bashing her for being celibate and for her looks. Like he put photos of her behind him from when she was big. Apparently she was in her 20s and she was big. And he was like, well, she says she's too good for these men, but do you think she thought that when she looked like this? And he showed the pictures of her when she was big. And he was just like, oh, she's ran through this is when she was ran through and now she changed. And so she feels like she has to put on a show. Like he was really mad. Like he was even made another video saying that basically she was ran through, she's loose, and now she has to tighten up her coochie again. And that's why she's celibate. Like he just sounds so bitter and angry. And he was so hit by it. And it's like, I think that y'all men who say stuff like that about women who are celibate, it just shows that you desire those women, and because they're celibate or abstinent, you know that you're not going to be an option because their standards are too high for you to be an option. The thing about it is you could tell when a man is hurt that he can't have access to a woman because they will constantly bring up their past as a way to invalidate them in the present moment. He even started talking about how there's like this rumor that I've heard multiple times that apparently Dana took care of a man and his kids, and that's why she apparently doesn't want to date men with kids. I've seen no proof of that. No proof of that. This is just something that people are saying as a way to like get under her skin, I guess. And it's just weird to me that there's no proof of this, but y'all are spreading this rumor around. But let's say that all of those things are true. Let's say that she was ran through. She didn't have that mindset when she was big. She did take care of a man and his kids for years on end, and that's why she doesn't want to date men with kids. Why do people, especially you men, love to act like people are not allowed to grow, make mistakes, live life, and learn the lessons, and then just change their view on things, their perspective on things to better themselves and their life? It's like you can clearly tell that men do not evolve, because every time a woman is evolving, to them it's fake. To them it's like a facade, it's a show. But in reality, in life, you are supposed to change for the better. Of course, you are supposed to change. You are supposed to learn lessons and evolve. And it's like when women do that, men bash them so much because these are the type of women in the caliber that they know they cannot get. It's clear that they're hurt, that they will never be an option. And it's like no man is going to be worried about a woman being celibate, not having sex, unless you want to have sex with her. That's what this is really about. That's what you're really mad about. And I really much rather them just say that instead of coming online and having a bitch fit. You can be stupid in your 20s. That's the grace you get in your 20s. Once you get older than that, you have to buckle down on your life to make sure you do not make the same mistakes that you made in your 20s again. So Dana, she's like, what? Almost 40 or something like that? So you think she didn't learn anything from when she was in her 20s when it comes to dating? Obviously, she's going to change her perspective on a lot. if all of those things were true. If a woman was ran through and she decided to change her life and be abstinent or celibate, that is commendable. That is something that should be like praised. Like, you're finally making that change. You're making that change to do better in your life. He's coming at her for being like a big girl when she was in her 20s. But she had the motivation and the strength to hit the gym, to fix her eating habits so she could lose the weight. And to the point where now you're attracted to her and you're throwing a bitch fit online because you could never be with her. You could never have sex with her. At the end of the day, men's anger towards women who are celibate or abstinent is simply because they don't have access to them. That means that they don't have access to their bodies. And that's really all men be caring about. And y'all men don't learn shit. You really don't evolve. You're used to staying the same to the point that you end up alone in a nursing home where nobody gives a fuck about you because you never learn your lesson. A lot of women are going to make that change once they realize something is not working out for them in the dating scene. And it's like, this is one of those cases where people will bring up your past and try to bash your past because they have nothing to say about your present. They have nothing to bash about your present. They could say, he could have had a problem with anything on the planet that she has said before, but he chose to get hurt about her being celibate and thinking that, men are not good enough for her. They're not on her level. She hasn't found one. Because he knows he's one of those fucking guys. And it's the repetitiveness of him saying, oh, she thinks she's better. She thinks she's above men. No, you think that. You think that. And she's allowed. Women are allowed to feel above certain type of men. But men want access to every woman that they find desirable, even when they don't match up. They just want you to take them as they are and no thank you. Ew. Instead of trying to bash women for being celibate, how about y'all take some fucking notes? Learn something, because you could learn something, a thing or two from women, okay? Y'all need to keep your shit in your pants. Stop being so lustful. Stop being so worried about what women are doing with their coochie, especially the ones that y'all really want and y'all are desiring. Stop worrying about it, because y'all show your ass every single time when you're coming after women's celibacy. It's because you just want to fuck. That's it. You just want to fuck her and you realize you can't because you have no chance. That's how men react when you take your power back. When you are holding your power for yourself and only yourself. They get so fucking mad because they're so greedy and they have nothing to offer. And I'm really sick of these slimy dick having ass niggas calling women ran through. Just because a woman is celibate does not mean that she had to have been ran through at one point. That's not what that means. Okay? Y'all just be projecting because you know that y'all be the most ran through motherfuckers on the planet. Y'all just sling your dick anywhere and put it in anything that has a hole. But always want to throw shots about women being ran through. You don't know nothing about their sexual history, but they're ran through. It's stupid. Just shut the fuck up.